Something fascinating is happening in China, a nation long celebrated for its spirit of self-reliance and rapid modernization. For decades, China has prided itself on building a robust domestic industry, striving to become a global leader in technology, manufacturing, and healthcare. Yet beneath the surface of this economic powerhouse, a quiet but significant transformation is underway. China, once determined to supply all its own needs, is now turning to the United States for its most critical medicines. Shipments of American pharmaceuticals are arriving at Chinese ports in record numbers, signaling a shift that few could have predicted just a decade ago. Despite years of heavy investment and ambitious initiatives like the Made in China 2025 plan, Chinese patients and doctors are increasingly choosing American drugs over domestic options. The shelves of hospital pharmacies now display a growing array of imported medicines, and patients often request these by name, believing in their superior quality and effectiveness. This shift is not just about economics or politics, it's about trust in science, the pursuit of innovation, and the universal demand for the best possible care. Chinese doctors, trained in both Eastern and Western medicine, are recommending American treatments for conditions where local alternatives fall short. Even with massive resources and state-of-the-art laboratories, China's pharmaceutical industry struggles to match the innovation, reliability, and global reputation of Western drug makers. Breakthroughs in cancer therapies, rare disease treatments, and cutting-edge biologics are still dominated by American companies. The quest for health and well-being is now reshaping the relationship between the world's two largest economies. Business partnerships, research collaborations, and regulatory exchanges are becoming more common, as both sides recognize the value of working together. Is this reliance on American medicine a temporary measure, a stopgap until China catches up? Or does it signal the beginning of a new era, one where global cooperation in healthcare becomes not just beneficial, but essential for progress? The implications are vast, affecting not only the health and well-being of China's 1.4 billion people, but also the fortunes of American pharmaceutical companies, investors, and the global supply chain. Stock markets react to every new deal, and the stakes have never been higher. This story reveals the limits of nationalism in an interconnected world, where the pursuit of better health transcends borders and ideologies. Medicines, research, and expertise now flow across continents, connecting people in ways that were unimaginable just a generation ago. Let's explore why China's turn to American medicine matters for all of us, because in the end, the quest for better health is a truly global journey, one that touches every family, every community, and every nation on Earth. China's drive for self-sufficiency is deeply rooted in its long and complex history, as well as a profound sense of national pride. For centuries, China has aspired to stand tall among nations, and today, that ambition is reflected in its determination to become a global leader in science, technology, and healthcare. The country's rapid modernization and economic growth have only fueled this desire, making self-reliance a central theme in its national narrative. The government's ambitious Made in China 2025 initiative specifically targets biomedicine as a cornerstone of future independence. The goal is not just to manufacture generic drugs or imitate Western pharmaceuticals, but to foster original innovation and set new standards in pharmaceutical research and development. By investing heavily in cutting-edge laboratories and nurturing homegrown talent, China aims to transform itself from a follower into a pioneer in the global pharmaceutical industry. This mission has become even more urgent as China faces the challenges of an aging population and rapidly increasing healthcare needs. The pressure to provide affordable, effective treatments for millions of citizens makes building a robust domestic pharmaceutical industry both an economic necessity and a social responsibility. To meet these goals, the government has poured massive resources into state-of-the-art manufacturing plants, launched aggressive talent recruitment campaigns, and established sprawling industrial parks dedicated to biotechnology and pharmaceuticals. These efforts are designed to create an ecosystem where innovation can thrive. However, true drug discovery is a complex and lengthy process. It requires more than just financial investment. It demands a culture of scientific rigor, creativity, and decades of accumulated expertise. Building this foundation takes time and persistence. While China has become a global powerhouse in manufacturing pharmaceutical ingredients and generic medicines, it still faces significant hurdles in developing truly groundbreaking, first-in-class drugs that can compete on the world stage. The challenge ahead is not only to catch up with established pharmaceutical giants, but also to earn the trust of the global community. Building a reputation for quality, safety, and innovation is essential for China's medicines to be embraced worldwide. Despite impressive progress, the gap between China's ambitious vision and the current reality remains significant. There are still many obstacles to overcome, from regulatory hurdles to the need for more original research breakthroughs. China's journey toward pharmaceutical leadership is far from over. It is a story of determination, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of innovation. A journey that will shape not only China's future, but potentially the future of global healthcare as well. Why do so many Chinese patients and doctors consistently prefer American medicine over domestic options? This question goes beyond simple brand recognition or marketing. It touches on deeper issues that affect the lives and well-being of millions of people in China every year. The answer can be summed up in three powerful words: quality, speed, and trust. These are not just buzzwords, they are the pillars that support the reputation of American pharmaceuticals in the eyes of Chinese consumers and healthcare professionals alike. U.S. pharmaceutical companies, guided by the strict oversight of the FDA, have built a legacy of innovation, safety, and reliability. Their research facilities are among the most advanced in the world, and their commitment to rigorous testing ensures that every medication meets the highest standards before reaching patients. When facing life-threatening illnesses, patients and their families want the very best chance at recovery. More often than not, that means seeking out American therapies, which are often at the cutting edge of medical science and have a proven track record of effectiveness. The FDA's gold standard approval process is recognized around the world for its thoroughness and transparency. This inspires a level of global confidence that China's own regulatory agencies are still striving to achieve. American pharmaceutical firms are also leaders in bringing new drugs to market with remarkable speed. For patients with urgent medical needs, this rapid innovation can mean the difference between life and death. Another key factor is transparency. U.S. companies openly publish clinical trial data, allowing doctors and patients worldwide to make informed decisions. This openness builds trust and reassures people that the medicines they rely on are both safe and effective. In contrast, China's pharmaceutical industry has faced several high-profile safety scandals in recent years. These incidents have left many citizens feeling uncertain and skeptical about the safety of locally produced medicines. For countless Chinese patients, seeing the Made in USA label on a medicine bottle is more than just a mark of origin. It's a symbol of reassurance, hope, and a promise of quality that they can trust. Ultimately, the desire for quality healthcare is universal. It transcends borders, cultures, and languages, uniting people in the pursuit of better health and longer lives. But trust, once broken, is not easily restored. It can take years, sometimes even generations, to rebuild confidence in a system. For now, many Chinese patients continue to look to American medicine as their best hope for safe, effective treatment. The COVID-19 pandemic put China's pharmaceutical ambitions to the test. China's rapid vaccine rollout was a point of national pride, but global data soon showed mRNA vaccines from Pfizer and Moderna were more effective. Many countries and Chinese citizens sought out Western vaccines as boosters, highlighting the performance gap. The government's reluctance to approve foreign mRNA vaccines underscored the tension between political pride and public health. The pandemic revealed that cutting-edge science still comes from the West. In a crisis, access to the best global science is vital. The lesson effectiveness matters more than origin. The numbers tell the story. U.S. pharmaceutical exports to China have soared from $1.5 billion in 2013 to over $13 billion in 2023. China is now a top market for advanced American drugs, especially in cancer and rare diseases. The Chinese government has streamlined approvals for innovative foreign medicines, prioritizing urgent needs. For the U.S., this trade supports jobs and funds future research. For China, it means access to world-class treatments and improved patient outcomes. Yet this growing interdependence is a double-edged sword. While it benefits both economies, it also deepens China's reliance on a foreign power for critical health resources. The pharmaceutical trade is a rare area of cooperation amid broader U.S.-China tensions, but it comes with strategic vulnerabilities. The stakes are high for both nations. Embracing American medicine brings China immediate benefits, better treatments, longer lives, and higher standards of care. It also pressures domestic companies to innovate and improve. However, the risks are real. Geopolitical tensions could threaten access to life-saving drugs, as seen with export controls in other sectors. Heavy spending on imports drains resources that could build China's own industry. Dependence may stifle local innovation if importing is easier than inventing. The balance between access and autonomy is delicate. China's leaders must weigh humanitarian gains against strategic vulnerabilities. The path forward is fraught with trade-offs. China is determined to close the pharmaceutical gap. The government is reforming its drug regulator, the NMPA, to match global standards and build trust. Efforts now focus on true innovation, not just generics, with incentives for original research and stronger intellectual property protections. Massive investments in talent and basic science aim to create a pipeline of homegrown breakthroughs. Programs to attract top scientists back to China are underway. The goal, a credible, innovative industry that can compete globally. It's a long-term strategy, not a quick fix. China's pharmaceutical future depends on sustained reform and creativity. The U.S. and China are locked in a delicate dance, rivals in politics, but partners in medicine. Both sides benefit from pharmaceutical trade, creating incentives to keep channels open despite broader tensions. Yet this cooperation is fragile. A major crisis could disrupt the flow of medicines. Both nations are hedging. China pushes for self-sufficiency, while U.S. firms diversify markets. The stakes go beyond economics. Global health depends on collaboration. Joint research could accelerate cures, while rivalry could slow progress for everyone. China's hybrid approach, importing the best while building its own, reflects this reality. The future hinges on political restraint and scientific progress. The balance is precarious, but the rewards of cooperation are immense. The world is watching. Is total self-sufficiency in medicine realistic, or even wise, in today's world? China's experience suggests that global cooperation yields better health outcomes than isolation. Science thrives on shared knowledge. Breakthroughs in one country can save lives everywhere. Overly nationalistic approaches risk slower progress and poorer care. Strategic interdependence, competing and collaborating, may be the best path forward. China's turn to American medicine is pragmatic, not a failure. The future of health lies in building bridges, not walls. Achieving this balance is the challenge of our time.